Here are some standard troubleshooting tips for LAE controllers. LAE controllers are always going to look like this similar interface with the buttons along the bottom, with the I information button, the up and down arrows in the middle, one with the half snowflake, half dewdrop, the other with the M, and then the power symbol on the far right side. If your controller says off, it means that the controller is locked in standby mode. So all you have to do to exit standby mode is hold down this button for a few seconds, and once you see some numbers, it is then out of standby mode. Let's say the issue with your controller is it's not responding to any commands. No matter what button you push, you just think that it's showing something, but it's not responding to anything you press. One thing to check would be to hit the information button once until this TI appears, and then use the up and down arrows in the middle until you find one that says that. When it says LOC, you're going to hold down the information button and keep it held down. And if that says yes, you want to make sure it says no, because that is the control keyboard lock. Let go, hit that button once to get out. If your control is beeping and flashing a E1 error code, this error code relates to the probes that sense the temperature on the unit. So most likely the best thing to do is to reach out for service or tech support on your unit, because there is an issue with one of the probes. Other important things this controller will tell you is if there is a red dot next to this snowflake symbol. If it's a cold unit, obviously that means that it's calling for cooling, but this is the same symbol that the controller will use if it is running program for a heated unit as well. So this symbol means it's calling for whatever its main function is, whether that's cold or hot. Also on refrigerators, if you see a red dot next to this symbol, it means the fans are being called for. This symbol right here, the half snowflake, half dewdrop, if there's a red dot there, that means it's in defrost mode. So if it's a cooler that has a defrost cycle, that's what it's trying to operate. And this button down here is used when the controller has a second set of parameters. And so the indicator light next to this one will tell you that it's in its second parameter set. Last thing to be aware of with controllers when installing a new controller for techs in the field, most controllers, unless you're told otherwise, they do come in default mode. Default mode usually means that they are set in Celsius instead of Fahrenheit, and they are also in all of their default settings, which is going to be in refrigeration mode, but again, not going to be what you need. So more often than not, when you're installing a new controller in an H&K unit, you are going to need to program all of those settings. You can always reach out to tech support. Typically, all of the parameter settings is going to look something like that. It is important when you're doing this to go through every single parameter and check all of the settings, even if they say default, even if there's one that isn't related directly to temperature. Everything does need to be set in place so that all of the programming can run correctly.